Hello, class. Good to have you once again. You're welcome to Direct Stars. Today, we'll be looking at matter, the states of matter, precisely. The last time we met, we described matter as anything that has mass and can fill up a space. Okay, so we have different states of matter. What determines the state of matter is how the particles in the matter are arranged. Okay, matter can be found all around us. We have solids, we have liquid, we have gases. Okay, all around us. Okay, like water is a liquid. The air we feel is actually a gas, and then the land we walk on is a solid. Okay, uh, you would wonder why your hand can pass through liquid, such as water, and your hand can also pass through air, easily. But have you ever wondered why your hand cannot pass through a wooden door or a metallic door? The reason is as a result of how the particles of this matter is arranged. So now let's look at the arrangement of these particles, okay, in each of the states of matter. Okay, let's start with the solid. The particles in the solid states of matter are closely packed together. Okay, there is no space. Okay, they are all lumped up together. Okay, and this, as a result, make them to be rigid. Okay, for liquid, on the other hand, there's the arrangement is also packed, but there are little spaces. Okay, there are relative level of movement of these particles. Unlike the solid particles, particles in the solid are immobile. They don't move. They only vibrate at fixed points. So solid particles vibrate only at fixed points. So they are not free to move like the liquid, the particles in your liquid. So the solid particles are packed together and only vibrate at fixed points. Okay, they only vibrate at fixed points. Okay, but the liquid, the particles and the liquid um, can move relatively. Okay, the particles in liquid has have more energy, more kinetic energy than those of the solid. Hence, they can move relatively. Okay, that of the particles you can find in gas. You can see the particles in your in gases are far apart. Okay, they are far apart. The reason why they are far apart is because the particles in gases possess very high kinetic energy, so they can move. Okay, far more better than those in the liquid and solid. So you can see why it's easier for us to just pass our finger through the air, you know, than even in water, but impossible when it comes to solid because of these relative differences in the kinetic energy of the particles in these various states of matter. So I will want us to go through this once again. In solid, the particles vibrate in fixed position, while particles in liquid can move randomly from their position, but they are also always in contact with other particles. Gases, on the other hand, they move about randomly and very fast. They are widely separated. And like I said, the reason for this is because they have high kinetic energy. In fact, higher than the other particles, okay, of the other states of matter. One factor that affects how particles can move is temperature. When you increase the temperature of a particular matter, what you're doing is you're energizing the particles in that matter to gain kinetic energy that will enable them to move. Okay? And that is why when you heat solid to certain temperature, the particles in the solid will gain enough kinetic energy, gain latent heat, and then do what? Separate out. And in that case, they form liquid. Okay? And that brings us to how the phase triangle works. Okay? So from solid, when you heat up a solid, the particles gain kinetic energy and move up to form what we call liquid. And when you continue to heat the liquid, the particles in the liquid also will gain enough kinetic energy and then move up to the what? To the gaseous phase. Okay? So this you can see easily. When you take ice and you heat ice, of course, the particles, the water molecules there will break through and form liquid. And we continue to heat, of course, you know what will happen? You start having what we call steam, which means some of these water molecules have gained enough kinetic energy to move away from the liquid state to the gaseous state. Okay, with this little time we had today, I hope you understood vividly what the state of matter is all about. So thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe on our YouTube channel, Direct Stars, and ensure that you like this video and subscribe so that you get subsequent videos as we drop them. Thank you for listening. Till we meet again next time.